What's good, BP fam? So you ever wonder what is the cause of hearing losses? Like, there's so many different ways to pretty much lose your hearing, but what are they? So let's talk about it now. Alright, so the first thing is age-related hearing loss. So pretty much as you get older, it says natural wear and tear on the inner ear over time can lead to gradually hearing decline, usually affecting high frequency sound first. So as you see, there's a lot of older people, they're like 70s, 80s, even 90s, who wear hearing aids, or their hearing is much lower, so you have to speak up even louder. So that is one cause of hearing loss, just by age. I'm not saying, I don't know if it's every single old person who has this hearing loss. I feel like a majority of it, but there's some older people maybe won't have this, but I might be wrong. I'm not a hearing expert, just to say that. Noise exposure. So pretty much is exposing with loud sounds like concerts, construction sites, even loud headphones can damage your tiny hair cells in the inner ear. So pretty much if you have headphones every single day of your life, or you go to like 50 concerts in your entire life, or you work at a construction site for 30, 20 years, all that loud noise is gonna damage your inner hair cells. So that is another cause of having, hearing loss. This next one is pretty interesting because I honestly thought it wouldn't really be a big cause, because I think people tend to get this often, but I guess it's over time. So this one is ear infection. So frequent infections can cause inflammation and fluid buildups, temporary or permanently affecting hearing. So if you get a lot of ear infections every single, like say, year, or every single month or something like that, then that is a cause of hearing loss, which is very interesting. I feel like there's not a lot of people who get hearing loss when it comes to ear infection. I feel like there's maybe a little bit, but who knows. Now this one is ear wax. So earwax buildup. Too much earwax can block sound from traveling properly, causing temporary hearing losses. So that's why a lot of times, you're gonna have to get a Q-tip and clean your ear, and that yellow stuff, that brown stuff, is pretty much earwax. And if you don't clean your ear as often as you can, not every week, but say every few weeks, then it's gonna cause you to have a hearing loss. And also you can sometimes feel a little bit of a difference, because for me, for example, I didn't clean my ear for a minute. I'll admit that, for a minute at one point in time, and I can tell my hearing didn't really sound that great. Yes, I'm hard of hearing, but you add that with blockage of the earwax, it's gonna be a big problem. So yeah, definitely clean your ear as much as you can. Just don't do it every single day though. This next one is a toxic medication. So it says certain drugs, like some antibiotics, some other thing, and high doses of aspirin can damage the hearing system. So if you tend to take like certain medications that is really not really needed for your hearing, you can definitely damage it. Or if it is needed for your hearing, and you take it too much, it's gonna damage your ear. It's like any other drug. The more drugs you put in your body, the more it's gonna damage your body, and that is pretty much will damage your hearing. Now this one is another one that I think there are some people out there who maybe gotten this because of some type of accident that they were in, and it is head injuries or trauma. So a strong blow to the head can affect the structure inside the ear or the auditory nerves. So pretty much like in football, rugby, sometimes soccer, I would say, something that revolves about using your head as often as you can. Even a car accident. If you hit your head in a car accident, it will definitely do a lot of damage with your head. I'm not really sure how that works, because it's not like you're like, if you hit like this, A lot of times it's like when you hit like this, instead of like if you hit like this. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but this is what it says. And I agree because I've seen athletes in the past who had head injuries and they had to, you know, deal with some damages when it came to hearing. Which was very interesting, very scary, I would say. Especially if you're an athlete coming up, you're like wondering, I hope I don't get this. But that's what it comes when it comes to playing the sport. But also, you know, stuff happens. Now this one is genetic condition. So this one says some people inherit traits that make them more, you know, more likely to get hearing losses. So I think it's like, say your great-grandfather had a hearing loss, and then his great-great-great-great grandfather had a hearing loss. So you're more likely gonna get it. But if say your 7 or 8 great-grandmothers had it, you'll maybe get it, but it's rare. But if you have a, you know, a line down the genetic tree of hearing loss, hearing loss, hearing loss, hearing loss, hearing loss, then it's gonna be more likely you're gonna get it because it seems like everyone in your family has it. But, yeah. And last but not least, disease and disorder. So conditions like, this other disease I can't really pronounce, diabetes and immune, some type of other, these bunch of, I don't know what they're saying in this, but as you see right here, can contribute to hearing decline. So, yeah, pretty much, basic diseases. I'm not really sure about that type of stuff, but I know those play a role in your hearing loss. But yeah, guys, those are other ways that you can cause hearing losses. You know, people always think that, oh, hearing loss is based on genetics and maybe medicine. No, there's other stuff. And it's very scary, but that's just how life is. It happens. You just gotta, you know, watch your surroundings and, you know, take care of your hearing. And before I go, as you guys may or may not know, my hearing loss was based on medicine. So like I said here, medicine, it was based on medicine. So, you know, it was supposed to hit my kidney or my hearing, ended up being my hearing. I don't know how that would have been if it hit my kidney. I have no idea how life would have been for me if it hit my kidney instead of my hearing, but hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm healthy, and yeah, teach you guys more about the hard of deaf hearing community. And yeah, guys, if you want me to do any other you know, hearing aid videos or implant videos or just sign language videos, comment down below any video ideas and I'll most definitely shout you out. On top of that, make that video. And yeah, see you next video.